Yes, Joe Burrow is back, and yes, he's going to play on Sunday against the Buffalo Bills, but the Bengals are going to be without one of their best players. What in the world is going on with Trey Hendrickson? We'll discuss that, other injury updates, and much, much more right now on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of BengalsTalk.com here at Paycor Stadium, rocking the Rivertown Inquiry beanie. Rivertown Inquiry keeping me warm in the cold conditions. Just got back from practice. They're practicing inside the stadium today. The Bengals practicing both Wednesday and Thursday outside, getting used to the elements, getting ready for Sunday's game in Buffalo. And obviously, this is one of multiple games the Bengals need to win. If they win out, they certainly have a chance at making the playoffs, and they have Joe Burrow for this stretch run. They do not have Trey Hendrickson, and he's doubtful, so hasn't been officially ruled out. I think it's fair to rule him out right now. I asked Zach Taylor, about an hour ago, hey, is Trey going to practice today? And the answer was a quick no. So no Trey Hendrickson. We haven't seen him in more than a month. What is going on? I think that's a reasonable question that a lot of you have had. What's going on with Trey Hendrickson? Because he's missed 4+ games now, hasn't been put on injured reserve, is being called doubtful without being on the practice field. It doesn't feel like he's making any progress, but still remains not on injured reserve. And it sounds like the door is cracked for him to return at some point. Well, I think there's a bunch of things going on. One, I think it's fair to wonder, is Trey hurt, not injured? And I don't know the answer to that. I think Trey's the only one that can tell you. If he's hurt but could play, which feels like that's what the Bengals thought because they haven't put him on injured reserve, well, then that really sucks to not have him out there considering the margin for error right now. And even though they're 4-8, they're certainly in the thick of the playoff race. So maybe that's one scenario. If he's injured, well, then why wouldn't the Bengals just put him on injured reserve if they know he can't play? And that's what I keep coming back to. And there's going to be a lot of people that say two things. One, Trey's milking it. He's a clown. We can't believe it. All of those things. And I'm not going to go there because I don't know that. The other side of this is going to be, man, this is what the Bengals get. They should have paid him and all of those things. And I get it. I would have paid Trey Hendrickson long term. I would have. I've said it multiple times this offseason. But when he agreed in August, the end of August, to a reworked 1-year deal, it surprised me. I didn't think Trey would take a 1-year deal. But when he did, when he signed it, there should be no, they should have done this or that. No, you agreed to that. It's what you wanted. You wanted that raise. And so if that's the case, I disagree with it. He should be out there. And that's what I think. That's where this gets complicated for me, is we don't have all of the answers. Here's what I do know. If he's hurt, not injured, and can play, he should play. And the other side of this, and Trey may say, look, why would I play through something when I don't have long-term security? And there's a report out there from a few weeks ago, I think Ian Rapoport had it, where Trey's dealing with a core muscle injury, which is sports hernia, which will require surgery at some point. Well, for me, and you're just going to be out anyway, well, then just get the surgery, because then you're going to be out and that's it. Or if you're not going to get the surgery and you're going to be willing to play, well, then play. Because the next 2 weeks are as meaningful as any games the Bengals will play this season. You want to talk about their playoff chances? Beating Buffalo and gaining a game. You're guaranteed to gain a game on either the Ravens or the Steelers. You're gaining a game on one of those teams if you beat Buffalo. Guaranteed, unless they tie. So there you go. That's one. So that's a huge game. And then beating the Ravens, well, that puts you in position to make a real run at the North, because you'd be sweeping the Ravens. You'd move to 4-1 in the division, and it will put you in a really good spot. So the next 2 weeks, you could say, are the season. They can't go 0-2 in these 2 games and somehow find a way. No, it's over. There's no margin for error. It's the next 2 weeks. It obviously starts Sunday in Buffalo, and so it's unfortunate. Whatever is going on right now, I'm comfortable saying it's unfortunate, whatever scenario it is. If Trey's really, really injured, not hurt, unfortunate. If he's hurt, not injured, not playing, unfortunate. If the answer is somewhere in between, unfortunate. I talked to someone today that it sounds like the door's at least open for him to play again this season. It could happen. I waited to record this until after practice just in case we saw Trey out there. Obviously, that isn't the case, so we'll see. But it isn't just Trey what's going on with the other Bengals injuries. We will get to those coming up next. Today's video is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile has reimagined wireless, and you have to check them out right now by clicking the link in the description. Why? Well, you can get everything you need from a wireless provider with Mint Mobile, and that includes unlimited talk, unlimited text, America's largest 5G network, and their plans, well, they come in multiple different ways for you. Maybe you want 5 gigabytes of data or 15 gigabytes of data, or you need unlimited data like me. Well, Mint Mobile has something for everyone on the largest 5G network in the country. And by the way, well, switching is super easy. You can sign up and activate in minutes with their eSIM from the comfort of your own home. They've reimagined wireless. And right now, this holiday season, take advantage of the ultimate deal. You can get 50% off any of their wireless plans. That's 3 months, 6 months, 12 months for $15 a month right now with Mint Mobile. Click the link in the description and get in on the savings today. The Bengals did get some good news, and Tee Higgins continues to make progress. He's in concussion protocol, limited Wednesday, but was out there, was stretching with the team during the portion of practice that was open to the media, and so it feels like he's progressing, and getting him is obviously huge. We saw it. Joe Burrow was 24 of 46 against Baltimore. That's probably not the case with Tee Higgins. He's probably got a few more completions to discuss or mention on his stat line in the box score. That isn't the case. That wasn't the case. It needs to be on Sunday. Like having Tee Higgins out there, having your stars out there. It's why I led with Trey. Having your stars out there when you look at this roster, that's what they need. Their stars need to be stars. I talked with Joe Marino of Locked On Bills on our latest crossover episode of Locked On Bengals, and guess what? One of my keys was your stars need to be stars. And so that means Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tee Higgins, Chase Brown, like these guys that you're really banking on, you need. And that's what sucks about the Trey situation is on defense, you have emerging stars, right? DJ Turner is emerging, and you've had some pass rushers step up in recent weeks. I get it. But it would be really, really nice to have Trey. They're not going to have Trey, but they certainly could have Tee Higgins, which would go a long way in helping their offense and helping this team get over the hump, beat Buffalo, and keep their realistic playoff chances alive. And that's how I look at it. Like, can you find the path if they lose to Buffalo to them making the playoffs? Sure. But if you realistically want to make the playoffs, if you're the Bengals, you got to handle business in Buffalo. And then you got to handle business the next week and the next week and the next. And it's that simple. We'll see if the Bengals can do that. We're obviously going to have you covered. Make sure you check out Enter the Jungle from Tuesday night. It was a really fun episode with me and Andrew. We went back and forth. I enjoyed it a lot. So check that out right here on YouTube or wherever you're listening and get your podcasts. Plenty coming your way. I know Andrew Fox Miller talked with Bengals Sands, Mike Santagata, about Amarius Mims. That's coming your way this week. Thoughts on this Bills-Bengals matchup obviously coming your way. Plenty of locker room reaction, Joe Burrow, and much, much more, all right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So buckle up, get ready. It's a huge, huge week of football, and you've come to the right place here on CBT. For Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to Cincinnati Bengals Talk.